Hey, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? My name is Doodles. Now, it's that time of year again. We are just a few short months away from getting the latest installment of the WWE game franchise. This latest one is WWE 2K18, and even though all the games are essentially very similar to each other, the concept of a wrestling match doesn't really change. It's always going to be a similar sort of thing. I suppose much like FIFA, NBA games, etc. I still look forward to them. Every single year, I still cannot wait to get the latest WWE game and create my dream matches, and this year is going to be no exception. So although a lot of information will be revealed at SummerSlam, which seems to be the trend now, there is some information out at the minute and we're going to talk about it today. So this is WWE 2K18, what do we know so far? Number one, its release date. So 2K18 is coming out on October 17th, 2017 on the Xbox One and PS4. Recently, a Nintendo Switch version has been announced. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. And that is currently slated for fall 2017. So whether it's going to come out on October 17th or it's going to be a little bit later, perhaps maybe November 2017, who knows? We'll find out closer to the time. It is currently not being announced that it's going to be released on PC, although it seems to release on PC just a little bit later than the console version. So expect that to happen too. However, I believe it is definitely not going to come out on PS3 or Xbox 360. Seth Rollins is the cover star. So it was recently revealed that Seth Rollins will be on the front cover of WWE 2K18, joining the likes of John Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and Brock Lesnar from previous incarnations of the game. A lot of people were a little bit pissed about the fact that Seth Rollins is on the front cover, but it is what it is. He's Seth freaking Rollins. He is one of the top guys in WWE, and it makes sense that a top guy in WWE represents him. We got Brock Lesnar, I believe it was last year. I think it was last year. I honestly can't remember now. A lot of people have been saying that it should have been AJ Styles, and I've got to say, if it wasn't Seth Rollins, AJ Styles would have made sense to me. I think if they did Roman Reigns, a lot of people would have been up in arms and annoyed about it, and it would have been another thing that they're trying to push Roman Reigns a lot more than a lot of people think he does. That's a story for another day. I don't know how you think about Roman Reigns. I've got my personal opinions on him. I don't think he deserves all the heat that he actually gets. But Seth Rollins is the cover star, and there is nothing you can do about it. The pre-order bonus. It has been recently revealed, like very, very recently, that this year's pre-order bonus will be the one, the only, the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle will be the pre-order bonus, and that makes me think that it is just a matter of time before Kurt Angle actually wrestles again. In previous years, we have had Sting, who then came and wrestled a match after being revealed as the pre-order bonus. We had Arnold Schwarzenegger, which happened after the Triple H WrestleMania entrance with the whole Terminator theme when he faced Sting. We got Goldberg as a pre-order bonus, and then Goldberg came back, wrestled, won the title, and all of that stuff, and now we're getting Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle recently came back to the WWE, became a Hall of Famer, and is now the current GM of Raw. And it's been said, he said in an interview that he believes it's only a matter of time before he gets back in the ring and wrestles someone, and I predict that it will probably be WrestleMania. We'll see Kurt Angle in the ring again, so it makes sense that he is now going to be a pre-order bonus for this game, which I'm so happy about. Kurt Angle is absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to see him step back in the ring if he does, but for now, playing as him in 2K18 would do just fine. Will the Nintendo Switch version be the same as the PS4 and Xbox One? So I'm actually going to talk about this in a little bit more detail in the next section, but the Nintendo Switch doesn't have the graphical capability and the hardware power that the PS4 and the Xbox One has. So for that reason, it's more than likely going to be that the Nintendo Switch version will be a slightly scaled down version of the Xbox and PS4 counterpart. There's going to be a lot of graphical overhauls, a lot of gameplay overhauls in the main versions of the game. However, I think it's going to be more of the 2K17 engine that is going to run the Nintendo Switch version 2K18, and some of the brand new features for the game won't be in the Nintendo Switch version. Now, it is common for the Nintendo ports to have a slightly scaled back version of the Xbox and PlayStation counterparts. It's happened with various games, from WWE games to Call of Duty and other games as well. It kind of is what it is, because it always seems that the Nintendo products are usually like last gen tech. However, because of the type of games that Nintendo release, such as Super Mario, and that they don't need the hardware power that the modern consoles have, so they can usually get away with being last gen. However, They've now said that they're going to start releasing a lot more games that are on the Xbox One and PS4 on the Switch too. And this is going to be an example of the limitations of not having the hardware capabilities that you should have to keep up with the other gen consoles. And like I said, it's going to be a scale back version. I think the Nintendo Switch is going to suffer this problem quite a lot when it comes to Call of Duty games, FIFA games, Battlefield, any games that come from the Xbox and PS4 over the Nintendo Switch, I think are going to suffer from the same issues. And I think we're going to start to see it in WWE 2K18. The gameplay improvements. So right, there's been so many changes to WWE 2K18. It's had a massive overhaul from previous games. There's a new graphics engine. The gameplay has been altered a lot. There's new modes added. Existing modes have been expanded greatly. And I'm going to go into them a bit more detail with you now. The creation suite has got even deeper, including a new creator match feature, the improvement to Creator Superstar, Creator Arena, and Creator Video. So there's going to be a lot more going on. I believe we've had creator match in really old games. I can't remember. I've been playing WWE games since like Warzone on the N64, but have we had a creator match feature? I think we have. If you remember the creator match feature from any previous games, let me know which game it is in the comment section, because my mind is drawing a blank right now. But there's now a new My Player experience which introduces fighting styles and a brand new upgrade and progression system. I think this is more taking a bit of inspiration from the likes of NBA 2K18 and similar games. I think they're going to start introducing that type of thing into the WWE games, which hopefully might mean that the characters get upgraded periodically as the characters progress, because usually by the time a WWE game comes out, tag teams just split up, appearances are changed, the attires are changed, stuff like that. Hopefully they're going to start implementing a feature which are going to start upgrading them through patches, but only time will tell. But My Career has got a brand new My Career experience. It incorporates a new story and a free roam and backstage area that enables My Player characters to interact with other WWE superstars and help direct the narrative. This sounds like the My Career mode is getting a lot more expanded. There's been games in the past, older WWE games, where you could roam around in the locker room and interact with superstars, and then now it seems like that is going to be brought into the new era of video games. And also apparently it says that it helps direct the narrative, which could go back to a little bit like WWF No Mercy, which had one of the deepest story modes ever, and there was like a story arc that you could do certain things and the outcomes and matches determined where the story went, and it created a lot more of a unique experience. So hopefully it sounds like the My Career mode is going to get a similar sort of treatment. There's going to be a brand new mode called Road to Glory. It's an all new mode that lets players compete against others using their My Player characters in a quest to qualify for WWE pay-per-view events. So is this, I'm not totally sure what this is meant to be yet. I'm sure it all will be revealed around SummerSlam or a little bit later on, but it sounds like basically the My Player is going to be potentially your own character, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's going to be My Player, it's your player. And you're going to basically fight against other ones, whether it's going to be online or whether it's going to be you upload them to a server, then you play against random people's own wrestlers, and you try and progress in My Career mode because of it, or you try and get a place on the roster. I'm not totally sure what it's going to be, but basically it's going to be a new mode which sounds very exciting, has a lot of potential, and I can't wait to see what is announced for it and how it is actually going to play out. And as I said earlier, there's a new graphics engine, there's going to be new visuals, deliver spectacular new light and more realistic skins and new camera effects. So basically the whole game is going to look sharper, it's going to overall look better than it has in previous years. There's going to be a new commentary team of Michael Cole, Byron Saxon and Corey Graves. Corey Graves is one of the best announcers that we've had on the commentary team for a very long time, and it's really great to see that he's actually going to be in the game. Whether there's going to be a separate commentary team for Raw and SmackDown at the My Career mode, or whether it's going to be just the same three, that would make sense to have the same team. It's going to be unusual not have Jerry the King Lawler or JR on commentary, but Michael Cole, Byron Saxon, Corey Graves, obviously they are the voices of WWE in the modern era, and it's great to see that especially Corey Graves is getting a shot at doing this in a video game, and I can't wait to hear the lines that they have when they're going backwards and forwards during a match. Also, there's been a lot of core gameplay additions and improvements. A host of additional improvements to make WWE 2K18 the most comprehensive and realistic WWE game to date. Each year, especially recently, they've seemed to really overhaul the gameplay aspect, and they've really seemed to improve it. I think the submission system that got implemented recently, I wasn't a massive fan of compared to the old one. However, it seems like they are continuously just improving it rather than just using the same gameplay features year to year. They seem to be continuously trying to make a better product, and that is absolutely fantastic, and that makes it worth paying for the game. If it's going to be exactly the same game as last year, just with a new graphic skin in it, then it's pretty pointless. But the fact that they are trying to make the game better and better each year and trying to outdo themselves means that I've got no issue about paying the price that this game is going to command, and I cannot wait for it. So that is what we know so far with the game. There's not much that we know about it yet. We know quite a bit in the same breath. And we're going to learn a lot more about it come SummerSlam. The roster is going to start getting revealed, especially like attire. The modes are going to be more announced and more sort of filled out. And we're going to basically know what is going on. And I cannot wait for that. So let me know what you think of it down below in the comment section. Will you be buying WWE 2K18? I will be for sure. And I cannot wait for it. Let me know in the comment section. If you've enjoyed this video today, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. My name is Doodles. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time.